A kite one day saw a baby floating down the river. She took one look at the baby and felt great love for it. The child looked so lovely to her that she wanted to bring it up. She built a nest high up in the branches and made the baby comfortable in it. And whenever she saw anything in the human world that seemed good for the child, she would swoop down and get it for the child. Soon, the child grew up to be a pretty little girl and then a beautiful young woman.
Child, you are now a grown-up young woman, and it makes me anxious when I have to leave you alone here. So let me tell you what you can do. I'll teach you a song which you can sing whenever you need my help or you think you are in trouble. And I'll hear it and come back from wherever I am. Oh, when that blows the leaves of this banyan tree, bring me my mother, bring me my mother, my kite.
One day, when the mother kite was away on a journey, the little girl was sitting on a branch of a tree eating fruits and spitting out its seeds carelessly. Now, a merchant who had been out on a journey decided to take rest in the shade of this tree. Of course, he was surprised to find seeds falling on him. The girl did not notice the merchant. She continued eating her fruits and spitting its seeds. At first, the merchant could not understand from where the seeds were falling on him. And then he looked up and saw the girl sitting on the branch eating fruits and spitting out the seeds. The merchant was mesmerized by her beauty. But then, doubts gripped him. Was she a goddess or an evil spirit? For he had heard that these parts of the forests were haunted. Finally, the girl also took notice of the merchant. But the poor girl had never seen a man before. So the sight of the man scared her and she didn't know what to do.
Oh, wind that blows the leaves of this banyan tree, bring me my mother, bring me my mother, my kite. Child, what happened? Why did you call me now? Mother! Look, there's a human there. I'm feeling scared.
The kite looked at the merchant and thought that if this man is as good as he looks, he would make a very good husband for the girl. And so the kite flew down and perched beside the handsome young merchant and told him the whole story of the girl, how she had found her and how she brought her up. The merchant patiently listened to the kite and to the proposal of marriage that she put forth at the end.
Well, I don't have parents. My elder sister brought me up and she still stays with me. If you don't mind that, then I'm happy to make your daughter my wife. I am blessed with all the goods of this world. She will never have need for anything. She will never have a moment of trouble. I promise.
The kite was pleased and thrilled at this honorable answer. But then she realized that she was going to have trouble persuading her daughter to leave her and go with the merchant.
Just remember my song. I will always be there for you.
At this, the girl agreed, and so the kite dressed her up in bridal clothes and gave her in marriage to the merchant. The girl was initially quite sad and unhappy, but the merchant's love and attention won her over. And soon she too was in love with him. Back at the merchant's home, his sister made a big show of being very happy at her brother's marriage. But secretly, she was jealous and very angry. She was determined to throw her brother's wife out of the house.
Hey! You think you come from some royal family? You will only sit and eat? I will do all the cooking, cleaning and household work. Go to the kitchen. You have to cook for us today. Oh, wind that blows the leaves of this banyan tree, bring me my mother, my kite. Mother! Child, why did you call me? Why are you crying? Mother, she's asking me to cook. I don't know how to cook. Is that all? There's nothing that we can't take care of. I'll show you how to cook. Take a pot full of water and throw a grain of rice into it. In another pot of water, throw in few vegetables. Then put both of them on the stove with firewood under. Then do nothing. Just leave the kitchen. When you are back, you will find that delicious lunch is ready, and no matter how much it is eaten, it is not going to finish.
The girl did exactly as her mother instructed, and soon delicious food was ready, and she served it to both her husband and sister-in-law. But the sister-in-law was hell-bent on finding faults with the cooking and even kept throwing away the food when served. But the food did not get exhausted.
Oh! Pick up that broom and go clean that cowshed. Sitting and enjoying all the time, resting, not doing any work. Mother, they're asking me to clean the cowshed. I have never swept in my life before. I don't know how to do it. Oh, that's nothing. Just take a twig from the broom and gently wave it across the length of the cowshed and see what happens.
The girl did as her mother told her to, and soon the cowshed was swept so clean that nobody had ever seen anything so clean before. The merchant was very pleased with her and loved her even more. Soon it was Bihu. The merchant gave 5 measures of cotton to both his sister and his wife and asked them to make clothes for the occasion. This made the sister very happy because she knew that this wife did not know a thing about spinning and weaving, and so when the merchant found out that she could do none of it, he would throw her out.
She doesn't know any spinning. Her game will be up and she will be thrown out of this house.
At first, the girl was sad and anxious about it, but later she remembered that she could always turn to her mother for help, and so she called out to her.
Mother, for this bihu, my husband wants me to weave new clothes for him, but I don't know weaving. Oh. Don't you worry, you will be able to do it. After I leave, get 4 caskets made of bamboo, and inside each of them, put a little bit of the cotton. Do nothing else. On festival day, when your husband asks for his dresses, just hand him the caskets.
The kite's daughter did as she was told by her mother. On festival day, the merchant was very disappointed to see what his sister had made for him. And when she asked his wife, she handed him the 4 caskets and asked him to open and see. As he opened the caskets, clothes made of divine finery greeted his eyes. Meanwhile, the sister could not understand how all this could be happening. One day, she spied on her brother's wife and found out that there was this kite that was helping her, a magical bird. She soon hatched an evil plan to get rid of this kite.
Oh, wind that blows the leaves of this banyan tree, bring me my mother, bring me my mother, my kite.
And when the kite came in, the sister caught it, killed it, and buried it under a heap of cow dung. For a long time, the kite's daughter didn't suspect a thing. She kept singing for her mother many times, but the kite never came. That's when she started to become suspicious that something was wrong. And one day, she finally discovered what became of her mother, and she was beside herself with grief.
Dear sister, I have to go out of town on some business. Please take care of the house, yourself, and my wife in my absence.
The sister saw this as an excellent opportunity to get rid of the wife. She caught sight of a passing by fisherman and asked him in.
I want to do a deal with you. In exchange for all these things, I will give you the most beautiful girl you have ever seen in your life. Take her home as your wife. Hey, come! No, sister-in-law. I don't want anything. I don't want to meet anybody. Come! Oh, no! Come! Hey, how will you not go?
so the girl became a fisherman's wife.
My mother was a kite who brought me up. And then my husband was a merchant prince. One day, my sister-in-law sold me to a fisherman. And now I sit here drying fish.
Fortunately for her, her husband was passing by that river and he heard her song.
That sounds like my wife. Wife, what are you doing here?
The kite's daughter was relieved and happy to see her husband. Her joy knew no bounds. And then he told her the full story as to what had happened after he had left home. The merchant was angry, shocked, and sad.
You have nothing to worry. You are safe now.
And as he traveled back home with his wife, he came up with a plan to deal with his sister.
Oh, brother, welcome, welcome. I missed you so much. Now you are back. It's all so good.
Sister, I cannot see my wife. Where is she? Please call her.
Uh-oh.
Oh, she went to her mother's house, huh? After you left, she said, I'm feeling bored, I'm missing my mother, so I'll go and see her and come. But she hasn't come back till now.
Sister, I'm afraid you have done something to my wife.
No, brother. Bad thing? What bad thing will I do? I treat her like my own sister.
Oh my God.
Servants, dig a pit and fill it with thorns and nails. My sister here is going to walk over it. If you are indeed innocent, then nothing will happen to you. But otherwise, I will bury you alive.
As she started walking over the pit, she kept falling and falling. The merchant got the answer that he was looking for, and so he ordered his servants to bury the sister alive. And then he and his wife lived happily ever after.